6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. The Haritha Dayak National Agricultural Home Garden Development Program will be launched today. BIMSTEC ministerial meeting will be held in Colombo today. Minister Gamini Lokuge says there is no fuel shortage in the country at present. 5,000 rupees allowance for low-income families for festive season. Practical examinations of GCE Advanced Level Exam 2021 will be held from today. Special bus services will operate during the festive season. News overseas. Zelensky says Ukraine prepared to discuss neutrality in peace talks. In sports, West Indies will tour Pakistan for a 3-match ODI series in June. And those are the headlines. The Haritha Dayak National Agricultural Home Garden Development Program will be launched today. The opening ceremony is at 9:18 a.m. at Kahatuduwa, Pulgasovita, under the patronage of Agriculture Minister Mahindananda Alutkamge. The government has decided to implement this massive nationwide home gardening program with the intention of popularizing the concept of a healthy, self-sufficient family unit by procuring non-toxic fresh vegetables, fruits, herbs, and other varieties of vegetables for their own needs. Minister of Irrigation Chamal Rajapaksa says that it has been aimed to benefit 2.2 million families through the Haritha Dayak program implemented as a national policy to involve the people at the household level to promote local food production. The inaugural event of the national program will be held at the selected home gardens in each Gram Niladhari division with the participation of people's representatives, home beneficiaries, public officers involved in this program at the local level and representatives of community organizations. Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation Ministerial Meeting will be held today. The ministers will sign several agreements today to strengthen cooperation among the members of countries. Meanwhile, the senior officials' meeting was held yesterday in hybrid mode under the chairmanship of Sri Lanka. The meeting was attended by the foreign secretaries of the BIMSTEC member states. Foreign Secretary of Sri Lanka, Admiral Professor Jayanath Kolamage, in his opening address as the chair, stated that Bay of Bengal has today taken centre stage in international politics due to its economic and geostrategic importance. He stated that the ancient trade links of the Bay of Bengal have created a synergy among all member states of BIMSTEC. Minister Gamini Lokuge says there is no fuel shortage in the country at present. A shipment of 37,000 metric tons of diesel has arrived in the country and being unloaded at present. Another consignment of fuel under the Indian credit line will come to the island on Thursday. The ministry requests the public not to make haste to gather fuel by creating unnecessary queues at fuel stations. The Examinations Department says practical examinations of GCE Advanced Level Exam 2021 will be held from today to the 8th of April. Commissioner General of Examinations LMD Dharmasena says that the practical tests of local and Indian dancing, Eastern, Karnataka and Western music subjects will be held on those days. The dates for practical tests, including drama and performing arts subjects, will be informed later. The tests will be conducted at practical test centres established island-wide. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Special bus services will operate for the benefit of commuters who will be travelling to their native villages during the festive season. The National Transport Commission says that the first phase will be in place from 8th to 15th of next month. If there is a high demand for travelling, free permits will be issued for private buses to operate during the festive season. Buses will operate from Kadawatha, Kaduwala and Makumbara multi-model centres. Secretary of the Ministry of Land, RKA Ranawaka, says that required lands will be released for individuals who are making organic fertilizing. Around 400,000 applications have been received for the government's move towards developing young entrepreneurs. 130,000 applications have been selected from the number of number received and 4,000 lands have already been released for the applicants. Mr. Ranawaka further said that the government aims to release 25,000 more plots of land by June this year. The Finance Ministry says the special import levy on dates has been reduced by 199 rupees to 1 rupee with effect from yesterday. Tax has been reduced as a relief measure for Muslims during the Ramazan fasting period. And that's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Minister Gamini Lokuge says that the Cabinet has decided to pay a special allowance of 5,000 rupees to low-income earning families for 2 months for the festive season. Speaking to reporters yesterday, he said that 3.1 million identified low-income families will receive this allowance. Responding to a question, he said that it will be provided as a bonus for the upcoming Sinhala and Tamil New Year, and that a close 3.1 million families are estimated to receive this benefit. And that's top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by
More prizes, more gains with CIB New Year offers. Valuable gifts for every bill. 20% discount for bank cards until 10th of April. Visit CIB today.
The Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka, PUCSL, says it has approved the request made by Ceylon Electricity Board to increase the power cut duration today due to the unavailability of fuel for the generation of 300 megawatts of thermal capacity. According to the areas listed under the groups P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, will experience power cuts of 5 hours between 8:30 and 6:30 p.m. and 2 hours and 15 minutes between 6:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. Meanwhile, the areas under the groups A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L will be imposed power cuts of 5 hours between 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. and 2 hours and 30 minutes between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. And that was Watch Light.
More prizes, more gains with CIB New Year offers. Valuable gifts for every bill. 20% discount for bank cards until 10th of April. Visit CIB today.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
No matter what anyone says, for your lease, visit the Leasing Mahagedara. People's Leasing, Friendly Leasing Mahagedara. More information from the nearest People's Leasing branch.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
First, the headlines. Zelensky says Ukraine prepared to discuss neutrality in peace talks. Israel says partnership with Arab League allies will deter Iran. Shanghai COVID, oil prices fall after city starts lockdown. And those are the headlines of the world news. Ukraine's president has said his government is prepared to discuss adopting a neutral status as a part of a peace deal with Russia. In an interview with independent Russian journalist Volodymyr Zelensky says any such deal would have to be put to a referendum in Ukraine. He has made similar comments before, but rarely so forcefully. The news comes as the negotiations between the two countries are set to resume this week in Turkey. Israel's foreign minister says that deepening ties with friendly countries from the Arab League will first and foremost help counter the threat from Iran. He was speaking after a summit held in Israel for the first time with top diplomats from Arab League countries and the US. 3 of them, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain and Morocco, formed ties with Israel only in 2020. The foreign ministers pledged to continue to develop the partnership. Global oil prices have fallen as China starts to implement a city-wide lockdown in Shanghai, an important financial and manufacturing hub. Brent crude lost more than $4.5 a barrel on concerns that the move would mean that demand for oil will fall. The Shanghai Composite Stock Index fell in early trade before regaining most of the losses later in the day. And that's World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
For your wheel lease, visit the Leasing Mahagedara. People's Leasing, Friendly Leasing Mahagedara. More information from the nearest People's Leasing branch.
People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by... Let's take coal out of the coconut tree and make the island thriving and prosperous. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928.
Highways Minister Johnson Fernando says that nearly half of the construction of the Kohuwala flyover has been completed. The work on the flyover started on January 12. It will be completed in July next year. And that was development news.
Development news was brought to you by the coconut tree is well grown in almost all the parts of the island. It is an exceptional source of extra income. The shell, the husk and almost all the parts of the coconut tree makes you money, providing you with an excellent extra source of income. It will also help to nourish the economy of the country. You will be guided with all necessary informations regarding the coconut cultivation, with the novel cultivation techniques and all other related and upgraded informations by the Coconut Research Institute, Lunavilla. Call our hotline 1928. WhatsApp 070 400 1928. Sports News is brought to you by
Sampath Bank. We present your future.
Pakistan will tour Australia in this September to play 3 ODI matches. And that's sports news.
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Wateravilla Tea Factory, situated in Elpitia, managed by Evergreen Group of Companies, achieved an all-time record prize at the weekly tea auction held on 22nd-23rd March 2022 by securing an attractive price of 1,650 rupees per kilogram for BOP grade in the low-grown category. The factory is owned by the Evergreen Group of Companies. The tea was purchased by Vintage Teas Ceylon Private Limited. The sale was conducted by Ceylon Tea Brokers PLC.
Business News, sponsored by
Cash through NSP globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSP Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to December 31st, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency 3 times through NSB U Trust.
Economic News, courtesy of
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Sri Lanka Travels Deals, a destination marketing platform operated by Travel Lead Lanka Private Limited, aims to facilitate the tourism industry by offering travellers a host of travel deals when planning their visit to the island, keeping in mind the travel requirements and limitations associated with global mandates. The Sri Lanka Travel Deals platform provides the security of working with experienced destination management companies that provide the highest level of service excellence to visitors. And that was economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Weather Report.
The Met Department says showers or thundershowers will occur at several places in western, Sabarakamu, central and northwestern provinces and in Gaul and Mathura districts after 2 p.m. today. Fairly heavy showers above 50 millimeters can be expected at some places. General public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by the temporary localized strong winds and lightning during the thundershowers. And to wind up the news, let's look at the main points once again. The Harita Dayak National Agricultural Home Garden Development Program will be launched today. BIMSTEC ministerial meeting will be held in Colombo today. Minister Gamini Lokage says there is no food shortage in the country at present. 5,000 rupees allowance for low-income families for festive season. Practical examinations of GCE Advanced Level Exam 2021 will be held from today. Special bus services will operate during the festive season. With that, we conclude this morning news podcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. It's back to sound the town to keep you company with the rest of the program this Tuesday morning.